Whoa.
Crash. Welcome, everyone. I love that crash sound. The end of Pride Month, Karen.
I know. Happy end of Pride Month to you too, Laurel. This is the last week to celebrate Pride Month here in AltSpace VR. We join with everyone to celebrate and honor the challenges faced over the centuries by our LGBTQ plus community then and today, and applaud the rights they've gained.
For 4 years, we have celebrated Pride Month festivities and events in addition to bringing you the news from around the metaverse and AltSpace VR every Saturday. You miss a show? You can catch it on YouTube. Now, don't have time to jump into AltSpace VR? Join us on the live stream on YouTube and Twitch.
And remember, we film the audience during our discussions. So if there's time, if there's time, so be ready. We also report on news you need to know throughout the week on our News and Updates Discord.
We are not AltSpace VR employees, but volunteer and community members. We do this because this community is important to us and you are important to us. It takes a village to support this community.
We also wish to thank all of our volunteers who help make this possible. You guys are the reason we're all here. So, Laurel, let's get this party started. We're going to start off
Yay!
with some AltSpace VR news.
All right. It is really sad to see Pride Month end. And for many of us, it's a year round celebration. And the need, especially in the United States, where the Supreme Court and New York state courts have turned back time to the dark ages with decisions to put the lives of women in the hands of state government to tell us what we can do with our bodies. And literally give a license to carry guns publicly without question around the state of New York. There's something that's just, I don't know. Roe versus Wade, uh, revoking Roe versus Wade is absolutely heartbreaking to the majority of citizens in the United States and not representative of the masses, but the minority. The news comes with statements from court justices that warn that LGBTQ rights are next. Expect to see events discussing this in Altspace VR soon as we all process the news in our own way and make decisions about future efforts, no matter what our perspective or our stance.
With that in mind, we'd like to remind you that Microsoft announced the launch of Unlocked, a Pride digital destination project that celebrates and shares Pride stories and history through web and immersive experiences. Check it out at unlocked.microsoft.com. We've shared the announcement in our news and updates Discord. This year is the 50th anniversary of Pride Month, so to speak, of the LGBTQ plus movement and visibility within the United States and elsewhere. While accepted now in many countries and illegal in too many more, we stand with our Pride members to honor their desire for equal opportunities and freedom to live safe lives.
We mentioned 2 years ago that Microsoft was using our Altspace VR avatars and integrating them into Microsoft Teams and bringing games involving our avatars into the online conferencing tool. This week, The Verge reported that the rumors appear to be true, and several avatars from Microsoft's casual games platform and Altspace VR are set to be a part of Teams. Going to play games in Teams.
Mm. Microsoft Teams Together mode in development displays a live avatar for each participant. They can wave, tap each other on the shoulder, high five, and look around the video call, appearing to be engaged, which, to tell the truth, is better than what we have to do with our faces.
I, I, how many of you are fans of online conferencing? Come on. I'd rather do it in VR. Yay. All right. Ah, it's so weird looking at yourself all the time. All right. The long term goal is to integrate Microsoft Mesh features as are currently being used in the enterprise version of Altspace VR and beyond. Create an immersive meeting experience. It's very exciting, and we're eager to see where this goes as Microsoft is working on making the metaverse experience as streamlined and seamless as possible.
Microsoft Mesh's new cloud based AR VR platform, that is like the next generation of AltSpace VR, is moving closer and closer to reality. When they talk about streamlined and a seamless experience, it's the ability to integrate the virtual and the real world into a single experience with as little physical tech as possible. In other words, as little tech on your body, some great tech around you.
Microsoft is exploring this from the hardware and software angle, devices and experiences, they call them, but also from the power and capabilities from the HoloLens down to the lowly Quest capabilities, and even that of a phone or tablet. Allspace VR's dev team is part of that process, and the restructuring of the mixed reality departments underway currently are working to bring innovations our way. So we're watching the news and we'll be reporting it here. So stay tuned.
Everyone active in AltSpace VR should be moved over to a Microsoft account, right? We survived that. However, it was recently brought to the attention of AltSpace VR staff that many, if not most, of those Microsoft account logins feature an email to a personal Microsoft account set up only to log into AltSpace. It serves no other purpose.
And yet it does, and you need to know this. The email on your Altspace VR account is used by Altspace VR to send event reminders when you hit interested on an event and to or you subscribe to an event channel. It's also used to send you Altspace VR newsletters and announcements regularly. If you aren't checking that email account, and why would you? Come on. You're missing out on key features in Altspace VR.
Hopefully, the team will add an opt in email account in the form or something that will reinstate those valuable email features so the community can stay informed and alerted regularly.
Yeah. How many of you had, I'm just curious, how many of you had created a personal Microsoft account and it's not one you're ever going to use? I'm just curious. Yeah. See, just in this room. I did. I did like 4 of them. Nuts. I'm not going to be checking them. So hopefully they will get that resolved. Earlier this week, a huge flare outage, not a solar flare, but the human caused server outage, struck across the internet, bringing down major domains and services, including Discord, Shopify, Fitbit, Peloton, and other services that were featured on Cloudflare, which covers a whole lot of the internet infrastructure. Wall Space VR and communities in Discord were impacted. Altspace VR was not, as it's hosted on Microsoft Azure cloud servers. Now, Nico's beautiful solar system world here in Altspace VR, we're such fans of that world. That is so amazing. It's our opportunity to explore and journey through our solar system in a fun, educational, adventurous way. Now, Nico researches the science thoroughly and has been a dedicated and passionate astronomer since he was a child.
As NASA is slowly powering down the Voyager probes that brought us science and images from not only our solar system but beyond, they have released photos from the 45-year mission that are stunning. Nico's worlds have been inspired by many of these, and we're so grateful.
Mhm, mhm.
Volumetric video capture was used this past week to capture Ukrainian President Zelensky in VR and AR by the Evercoast company. It recorded him giving an official presidential address using their proprietary software platform.
You'll be able to watch it on your phone without an app. We've provided a link. We're hoping it'll come into VR, but we've provided a link to the QR code so you can watch it on our news and updates Discord. Expect more recordings like this as the technology and the access improves.
As we reported last week, Google has now combined all user storage through Google Drive, Photos, and email into a single lump storage total. And if your new storage total passes the free 15 gigabytes, you will be locked out of your account until you pay to increase the storage or you delete items.
As of August 1st, businesses with the G Suite Legacy Free Edition accounts will be transitioned to a paid workspace account by June 27th, and the account suspended August 1st if you don't start paying for email and storage.
This means that Google's long promised commitment to provide free access to email and storage, even a limited amount, is going away, and they're going after your wallet even harder. If you aren't sure if your email is a personal one or a business account, and it could be, check into your account information along with your storage amounts to ensure you can continue to email.
Now, here's some fun, unrelated news for you. We know you wait for these every week. There's a volunteer, we find the funnest things to share with you. There is a volunteer and support team at Microsoft working with the European Union Space Agency to continue to support Windows 98, even though that
Wow.
version died years ago. Now, why?
Well, it seems that the European Space Agency's Mars Express probe was launched in 2003 and continues to report on the red planet, bringing scientists information on the atmosphere, geology, ionosphere, water, and much more 19 years later. It's
Mm.
managed to find rare water sources and collect information that continues to change our concepts of the planet, but it's running on outdated software.
The Mars Advanced Radar for Subsurface and oh,
I'm
ionospheric
glad you
sounding.
had to say that word and I
No,
didn't.
I've been saying it all day. I just suddenly couldn't do it. Ionospheric soundings, aka MARSIS, was updated recently with some complications, but successfully. So to keep the space probe running even longer than its anticipated lifespan, due to limits of the hardware, they're updating it in a series of little updates to help improve the signal reception and onboard data processing to increase the amount and quality of the science data sent back home. And you thought updates for All Space VR were a challenge. Imagine Windows 98. Wow. I'm so proud. Thank you, Microsoft, for keeping that alive for them. Yay.
The news is reporting that a serious COVID wave has hit Europe and is spreading quicker than ever across the region. The highly infectious subvariants of Omicron are raising fears that this is the first sign of a new global wave as immunity declines and more people believe the pandemic is over.
We're going to help media and governments make it clear it is not over. Reports of infection rates are climbing and hospitals are filling up again in Portugal, Germany, France, Greece, Austria, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, and even in the UK. And it's getting worse in the United States. And it's made more complicated with the release of free test kits and people not reporting their positive results.
Sewer tests around the United States and the world are reporting much higher estimates of COVID cases than reported to the government. If you test positive, please report. If you don't want to catch this, or you don't want to catch it for the second, third, fourth, or fifth time, and I know people who have, then trust us, it isn't like the common cold or flu. Avoid crowds and wear a mask. Yeah, it's boring and you're sick of it, but we'd rather have you be sick of wearing a mask than risk dying or having long COVID. And you know, Laurel, that long COVID
Absolutely.
scares me. That
It
really
is
scares me
terrifying. I have friends that have it, and
too.
it's now been like a year and a half, almost 2 years since they were first infected. And for some of the other ones have variations thereof, and they're having all kinds of heart problems, organ problems. Some are having diabetes. I mean, it's terrible. And this is not about their lifestyle. These are healthy, marathon
Yeah.
running, weightlifting people of
Mhm.
all ages. I mean, young people,
My
old people. It's
my
heartbreaking.
20-year old niece has like kind of like, well, it is asthma. The doctor said it is
Mhm.
asthma, and she has to carry a. She's supposed to carry a. What do they call that? A not an
The inhaler.
aspirator, inhaler with
Inhaler.
her. Yeah, and that was, and they're saying that was due to her having COVID.
Ugh.
She's 20 and she's in good physical shape.
Oh, so heartbreaking. So we shall see. Now we have a comment here from Mike, our faithful YouTube watcher. We just adore him. He was referring back to Windows 98, and he says that they are hoping that they're going to bring back the 1v100 from the old TV, old school Xbox Live. You're going to have to keep hoping, honey. Because I don't know if that one is coming back, but nope. Windows 98 was enough for them. But thank you. But you're right. Again, getting back to COVID. Yeah, please just be careful. Honestly, I think that wearing a mask is the least that anyone can do, and the risks are too great because we want you here. We
Yes,
want you
yes.
alive. So now it is time to talk tech and hardware. We love that. Quest version 41 was released this past week and brings a few new features that we've been talking about, including the Horizon Home that allows for a multi-user experience in your home space, improvements to spatial audio features, updates to Link and Air Link for stability and performance, and improvements to the interface and app library. I believe that our producer Mark is having some fun. Oh, I see.
Parent,
Okay. Well, okay.
the, par-
Go ahead.
the
Let's
okay.
just keep going until we get word otherwise.
Okay, all right, sounds good. The parental controls should now be available to allow parents to add child accounts and monitor child activities and apps on their phones. We'd love to hear from you about your experiences with the update after the show or in our Discord.
Absolutely. Now, have any of you been using the new version? Have you already updated to 41? Yes? You liking it? You not liking it? How you feeling about it? It's just a thing. You're just doing. Okay. Well, we're eager to hear more about that as we go forward. Now, Amazon Prime is set for July 12th and 13th this year, and we're keeping an eye out for the Quest 2 and other headset deals. If the price drops, you will have the 128 gigabyte and the 256 gigabyte models to choose from. We're hoping.
Yes. And if the headsets don't go on sale, we've already spotted some VR accessories on the list. Keep an eye out on head straps, link cables, cases, and more, as they're likely to be discounted.
Vico's Pico's VR. I think that's a better name, Vico. The Pico VR headset continues to get great exposure and reviews. One this week by Upload explores the advantages of the Pico Neo over the Quest, and it's looking really positive.
Educators in VR's virtual hardware team will be featuring a special event in July with the Pico UK team discussing the headset and answering questions. Stay tuned for details next week.
The Pico Neo 3 launched in Europe in May, and it is a really, really powerful alternative to the Quest 2. And it's especially of interest to those that are purchasing headsets in countries where Facebook Meta is not allowed due to privacy concerns and violations. So we're excited and we're watching closely to see how this cool headset expands. And I do know they're working on a port for AltSpace VR.
Oh, that's awesome. The HP Reverb G2 came out a year ago. but it was just reviewed by CNN and declared a great VR headset for gamers. For those on our team who've used it, they agree. The power, clarity, and capabilities are amazing for this tethered headset. By the way, it's still on sale for about $200 off from the HP store.
Now, the review stated that the Reverb G2 was recently updated with new tools and productivity capacities that go beyond gaming. This Windows Mixed Reality platform headset is ideal for Steam VR, and its sleek, comfortable, and easy to use setup makes it an ideal choice for those wishing to go beyond the simplicity of Quest. Because it's Windows Mixed Reality, it works for AltSpace. We've shared the link to the full review in our news and updates Discord. Just be aware if you are looking to upgrade your headset, all Windows Mixed Reality, I believe almost all Windows Mixed Reality headsets will work in AltSpace.
Awesome. Nreal augmented reality glasses are gaining ground. Educators in VR's virtual hardware team is hosting a special event covering the Nreal AR glasses and their potential. So keep an eye out on the schedule for that. Okay, now let's explore some news from around the metaverse. News you need to know as it impacts so many of us here.
Oh, what's that, Karen?
Oh, oh my, Lorel, I haven't heard that in years. Wow. Some of us weren't even born when that noise was around, and some of us were. The old dial-up modem. Oh, does that sound familiar? How many of you recognize that sound? It brings back so many memories. Good memories, I might add. But I'm glad we are where we are today.
And it brought back nightmares, Karen.
Well, that too, Laurel. But it was
It
pretty
did.
cool in its day, right?
Oh, in its day, it was like a miracle. It was amazing. Now, before we go too deep into the metaverse news, and thank you, Mark, for that wonderful audible walk back here. We want to highlight a new book that is out now called The Modem World, a prehistory of social media. It's not the history, but the prehistory, by Kevin Driscoll of the Department of Media Studies at the University of Virginia. Driscoll takes us back to life in the early days of the internet, even before AOL. How many remember those days? Oh, we're going to date ourselves, Karen.
Yes, we are.
I still
We
have
are.
a couple AOL discs around that I was using as frisbees. We used to
Well,
melt them.
well, I never did that, but anyway,
Oh yeah, it
this
was arts and
author.
crafts with AOL discs. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so he takes us to the world of BBS, bulletin boards, Usenet groups, and CompuServe before Wi-Fi. Yeah, what a concept for you youngins in the crowd. You took it all for granted that you can connect to the net just about anywhere with the phone in your pocket.
Yeah, some of us remember connecting through acoustic couplers. I still have mine strapped with rubber bands or Velcro to our phones in a time before we could easily plug in even a rotary or push button telephone. Yeah, they were the rotary phones. Yeah, dating myself. All right, so I call it the time before the dinosaurs when getting more than 300 baud rates. Yes, that's 300 bits per second, not a meg, not a gig in sight. Was exciting. You could watch each letter pop up. It was funny. And if you could get to 4,800, oh my God, you could pass out from excitement.
We feel it's important to look to the future, but we also need to look back to the past to see where we come from, how far we've come, and how far we still have to go. The book is available in hardcover and Kindle on Amazon. And if you're part of Amazon Prime's Kindle program, you can read it for free on the Kindle app.
Okay. Now, report from, see how on come from is a report from JC Market Research released this week featured an infographic representing the companies behind the metaverse.
Microsoft, Google, Aeroglass, Upskill, and Oculus or MetaVR are on the top. Others include Eon Reality. It's IMB, not IBM, right, Laurel?
That's right. That's what he said.
Okay, and JSRN. Have you not heard of them? I haven't. Well, they're companies that represent the apps and infrastructure that run the hardware, software, and architecture of the metaverse. You'll be hearing more about them soon, we're sure.
Mhm. Zuckerberg announced this week on CNBC that he envisions a billion people. I feel like what was it, Carl, what's his name? The billions and billions of people on the metaverse spending hundreds of dollars each, not thousands, hundreds. I thought that was interesting. We're pretty sure about the estimate on spending as we pioneers understand that businesses are eager to embrace the metaverse as the new wave of marketing and purchase power expands.
Meta Platforms reported 3.64 billion monthly active people across all of its applications in the first quarter of the year. But that also includes WhatsApp with 2 billion users. Still,
It
it's an
shoots it down.
exaggeration. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, but we're still at about a billion something, right?
Hmm.
Anyway, it's an exaggeration that speaks to the commitment and risk that Zuckerberg and Meta are taking on the metaverse, and we're here to watch it and enjoy the ride.
Mhm. The Metaverse Standards Forum has announced that it is attempting to create, it's just one more group, creating standards for industries to develop an open, interoperable, and inclusive metaverse. Kronos Group, which sets the standards for 3D tech, is bringing together the Web 3D Consortium, World Wide Web Consortium, and XR Association, along with Microsoft and Meta and other industry players, including Virtual World Society and Educators in VR.
We'll be keeping an eye on their work, and their work will address issues and challenges such as domains, avatars, privacy, geospatial networking, and user experiences.
SideQuest. How many of you use SideQuest? Yeah. That's- Yay! SideQuest is a key player in the metaverse of all of our lives and provider of great apps for Quest and other headsets, and it has a new update out. Now, right now, it's still experimental, but users are being asked to help test it now, and the new SideQuest is likely to be a huge game changer, literally.
SideQuest has been testing how to improve access from inside the headset without the need for a computer or phone, and they say they've now resolved many of the issues. The new SideQuest app features new built in diagnostics to check if dev mode is on or off and helps to detect programs with drivers, transfer ports, and so much more. Check it out and let us know in our Discord or after the show how it's working for you.
Now, Niantic, the Google company behind Pokemon Go, Ingress, and the Niantic Lighthouse AR development, has revealed a new anti cheat system, something that may make its way into VR.
The update prevents cheating and malicious behavior across all of their games and is seen as an improved approach to detecting cheating and also banning players in response. It will detect mods or use of unofficial software, players playing with multiple accounts, falsifying your location, sharing accounts, exploiting bugs, abusing refunds, buying or selling in game currency and items on third party platforms, buying or selling accounts, and more.
That's a good list though. We're
It
eager to see
is.
how this works. And because those are violations and tracking that is amazing. I like that. So we're really excited about this and we're really hoping they'll share that technology with other games and platforms to improve malicious and bad actors. I like that. Now, one of the challenges that's facing us in the metaverse as well as everywhere online are deep fakes. I've seen some deep fakes in VR, scared the hell out of me. Videos or virtual replicas of a person's likeness to showcase them doing something they never did, never would, and in many cases don't even know how to do it. Those are deep fakes.
Deepfakes are being created for fun, stalking, doxing, and criminal activity. The European Union, so often ahead of the US and other countries, has set up new regulations supported by the Digital Services Act, the DSA, that demands that tech firms deal with these forms of disinformation and abuse on their platforms.
This is important because the ability of most people to fight against these and stop deep fakes, they aren't just going after it's hard. It's really beyond our capability. They aren't just going after celebrities and public officials. Deep fakes are starting to be used like those Nigerian email scams to convince people to send money or take action based on lies and deception. And I've seen over the years here in AltSpace VR, I've seen people emulate their avatars and even add motion, and record voices, not just their own avatars, but other people's. And I've been completely thrown off when I've encountered one of those. So it's kind of frowned on here. It's fun, but do realize that it can be used for bad purposes.
It's scary.
It's
The
very
EU
scary.
regulation states that tech firms may be fined up to 6% of their global turnover if they do not comply. That's a ton of money. The European
Hmm.
Union is strengthening their laws to prevent profiting from disinformation and fake news, as well as improving transparency around political advertising and the spread of bots, fake accounts, deepfakes, and other malicious activity on the web.
Now, Google, Meta, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Clubhouse, and others are among the 33 signatories that have agreed to the new rules and are supposed to be working on this. Platforms with more than 45 million active users in the EU have to report to the Commission every 6 months. We'll see how this goes and where it goes.
The Oculus Store is having a sale with VR games up to 40% off through tomorrow, so move fast. On the list for summer sale is Resident Evil 4, Lance, Vader Immortal, Super Hot VR, The Room VR, A Dark Matter, Population 1, 11 Table Tennis, The Climb 2, and so many others. Their bundles are also on sale, so check it out.
Ugh, so excited. Make me want to run to the store right now. No?
I
So
know.
I know. All right, everyone who's living in the UK, and y'all are familiar with the Unboxing Festival. Well, the UK is unleashing AR Magic July 1st. That's coming right up. That the all across the UK, it's going through September with the Unbox Festival Story Trails. It's an AR experience that brings history to life in 15 villages and communities all across Britain. With the Story Trails mobile app built with an antique light ship, you'll be able to walk around these villages and learn about the history and the culture. Oh, I so want to go.
I know. And if you live or plan on visiting the UK this summer, take advantage of this. For those of you outside of the UK or even in it, go beyond just building worlds in Altspace. Expand into AR. Isn't that different? And Niantic's Lightship AR makes it easy to create your own local art or history experience in your community. Check it out.
What a fun summer project that would be. Get the family involved and friends. I think that would be so cool. I love it.
Absolutely.
Now on to world building, the metaverse for
Yay.
this is exciting news we have for you. The metaverse for SDGs Global XR Prize Competition from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Project has been announced. It is supported by educators in VR and Virtual World Society and many others who've partnered up around the world for this exciting, almost 2-year world building project.
Teams from around the world will be competing to build immersive, interactive environments to inspire empathy, education, and awareness around one of the 17 UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. There are amazing cash prizes, and it's a wonderful way to get more exposure for your virtual worlds.
Absolutely. I'm so excited about this. We've included the link and information in our news and updates Discord, and we encourage you to participate. The deadline to register is December 2022, and the submissions must be in by the end of February 2023. So you got to register first and get building and whatnot and get rocking. This is going to be amazing.
Absolutely. Have you been enjoying the new version of Blender? We checked in this week on their Blender developer meeting notes to see what's coming up for us, and they have some cool tools on the horizon.
Oh, sorry, they do. Um, and there's a new volume cube node in development, and we're eager to see what it'll be, along with intersecting edges selection output to the mesh boolean node, improvements in performance, imports, exports, and some exciting ideas for improving the user interface and clip editor. We're going to be watching these to see if they make it into the next version or future versions. Get excited.
Absolutely. How many of you enjoy going to Home Depot or Lowe's for your home improvement needs? Well, you will soon be able to go to Lowe's for your 3D asset needs and the metaverse. Wow. Wow.
We're gonna be seeing more of this, but I love that Lowe's is first. It just cracks me up. It's wonderful. Lowe's new open builder provides, which somehow I think we've messed up slides or something, but you should be seeing. It provides free access to hundreds of home improvement items, furniture, lawns, garden. Nope, back anyway. Lawn and garden, lighting, kitchen and bath, and more 3D models. You may download or a GLB or a USDZ file for use in your worlds.
Wow. This is incredible, Laurel. We checked out the use license, and it states that users have the non exclusive, limited, revocable, non sub licenses right to use the items for personal and non commercial use. You may not share or transfer the items to others nor sell them. In other words, you may use them for free on your free stuff, but they also have the right to take them away at any time.
Still, this is
Oh,
fun. I
yes.
love this. There's some
I
really
know.
interesting and well done VR assets. I don't know, you have to play with them to see about bringing them into Unity or whatever you're going to do with them. But this is really fun. And we've provided a link to the new Lowe's Open Builder catalog on our news and updates Discord. Now, every week,
So
we
cool.
celebrate the creativity of this amazing metaverse social VR platform and all fantastic world builders and event hosts who push the limits of what is possible in VR. And I have seen some things lately that just blow my mind, and I know that you have too. It's incredible. I've been doing this for over 7 years, and I'm still dazzled at the creativity and potential that is here. So we want to remind you that this community does thrive on creativity. You don't need to copy the work of others. Please be original.
Yeah, we have some of the most creative and talented people here in Altspace VR. You know
Mm.
many of them. You are them. It's a beautiful thing. There's just no reason to copy. Create your own, parody, or slightly emulate, sure. But let's see your imagination shine as you make your worlds and events your own.
Absolutely. And the educators in VR and Marie meetup with Dargon Carnegie and Sam Wise and the rest of the team is in about 2 weeks. So get ready, week and a half or so, and work on your MRE. Consider bringing it to the event to share what you're working on.
If you're working on MREs, mixed reality extensions that bring programming features to our virtual worlds, come learn about how it works and get your questions answered.
This Wednesday, the educators in VR world building teams hosting their monthly world building tour to amazing worlds that will open up your mind to the potential of world building in Altspace VR. Next month, we have some very special events. So get ready, some special tours. But anyway, don't miss the event. We'll announce those at the event on Wednesday.
And remember, World Builders, get ready. A special tour is scheduled in July, which is right around the corner. I can't believe it. Of some of the most
Yeah,
influential and creative scary worlds for the upcoming Halloween Fright Night and World Maze annual event in October. I love that.
I know. How many of you love the Halloween? How many of you have experienced Halloween here in Altspace VR? Oh, it is so fun. And Steph, we're gonna be counting on you for being a ghost again, the haunting organist. She flies around the haunted mansion playing her organ live. It is awesome, haunting, perfect music. So we're gonna get ready for that. If you wish to have your scary world included in the 5th year of this annual Altspace VR community event, get inspired and working on it right now. We need it now.
Yeah, and also another event that's coming up here pretty soon. December is our annual community holiday storytelling and world tours event. If you wish to participate in any of these, please let us know. We want this year to be better than previous years, and that's a high bar to move.
Hmm.
Okay, so now it's time for our quick Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by Altspace VR and events and groups all across the Altspace VR community.
Now, Discord is pushing out the updates left and right and center. The text chat in voice channels, as we mentioned over the past few weeks, should finish their rollout in the next week or so across most Discord servers. Once enabled, you'll see a notification from Discord in your server. Look for a chat icon in the voice chat channel to start chatting while talking. And I got to tell you, my team has been having way too much fun with this. Way too much fun.
Discord announced this week that they've declared 2022 the year of communities. So they're investing in ways to make Discord easier to start, grow, and protect. As mentioned last week, they've launched their new auto mod feature to event filter out and event timeout spam and bad actors in your Discord server.
To enable it, go to server settings, content moderation. You may add specific words to the default list, and now even wildcards, creating the asterisk or star like created using the asterisk or star like you do with file or web searches.
A Discord community is a feature of Discord for servers that meet that requirement. Communities now offer premium memberships to add more advanced customization to approved community servers, a one stop community resources shop for learning how to use Discord better, and a new Discord admin community for admins, creators, and community managers to meet, connect, and learn from each other.
Now, Discord is becoming the most dependable and advanced online community tool around. The Altspace VR community depends so much on Discord to support our events and our community. So remember, if you have a Discord tip you'd like to share with us, please let us know. Share it on our news and updates Discord.
So it's
Now
time
it is
now to.
time.
Oh,
Go
sorry,
for it.
Larell.
Okay. It's time to review just a few of the more than 300 VR events right here in Altspace VR this coming week and beyond.
Event hosts, please be aware that it's a long-standing practice that the host of the event must be in the event during the time of the event. If the event space is found empty, Altspace VR staff may end the event and take further action if this is repeated.
Now, please ensure that your event space is supported by someone with host and moderator permissions, including the space with a teleporter to your event that is being used now to override the main event algorithm. Leaving an event unattended may have unintended consequences, so please entertain safely.
Also note that the main event algorithm has been updated to be a bit more restrictive when it comes to performant worlds and event images. 2 images are required for every event.
The tile is 1920 by 1080 and appears on the Altspace VR calendar on the website and in World. The event banner is 1920 by 576 and appears only on the event webpage. All main events must comply with the new measurements.
If you booked your event prior to the change, the images will work. However, if you edit the event to add mods, change worlds, descriptions, or anything else, the algorithm will check the image sizes when you update the event.
We're hoping and dreaming that our longtime request to use only one image per event to make the process easier is in our future. And possibly the size restriction is a step in the right direction.
If you're a host of an event or wish to support an event through moderation, check out the special intro training provided for free to the Altspace VR community by educators in VR. They're held twice a month. Experienced event hosts and moderators will walk you through an interactive training to help you learn how to moderate VR events and how to improve your skills.
Starfleet wants you. Oh, I'd love to say that. The Starfleet Fan Club, the USS Valkyrie, is hosting an amazing science fair here in Altspace VR that has already been so successful. They're going to continue it indefinitely. It features science projects created by members of the group right here in Altspace VR, and it is so worth a visit. So check it out.
Caregiver Connection, hosted by Turbo, is an amazing event that is so important to all of us. At some time in our life, we will be faced with the decision to take care of someone in our family, a child, a sibling, a parent, or even a dear friend. This meetup is designed to help support those who are caregivers and who are facing the challenge of becoming one. It's a support group, but it's also a great resource to help you face the challenge. Check it out tomorrow.
What a great idea. I love that. As a reminder, Improv Night with Stevie Boy and Shoseki has moved from the long traditional time slot right after our show to Mondays. The mature audience event celebrates our creative expression and talents as the audience is invited to step up onto the stage and improv their way to celebrity and fame. I'm working on the voice, Karen. Fame! Or at least express themselves with great laughter. I love it.
Ah, I love it. I still have to work on my Halloween laugh. But
Yay!
before Halloween. Uh, oh, I can't do it. Never mind. Let's move on. Okay. This week's Money Monday with with the U.S. First Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, hosted by Scott, continues to shine and is quickly becoming an educational discussion favorite. Educators in VR will be hosting Scott McScott and his Alexander Hamilton character on Tuesday to discuss how he's taken over 30 years' experience as a professional character actor, specializing in Hamilton, and as a professional tour guide, and recreated his work in VR and Altspace VR.
The work he is doing is so amazing. He's building a community here as well as with a group of enthusiasts and actors. Scott is working on an acting project to recreate and gamify in order to explore the history of the US government and how it was formed with the help of Alexander Hamilton. And he's looking for volunteers and actors to help support the effort. So check it out.
Simulation Nation is hosting generative art and the future of creativity with Inscape Studios co founder Matt Sinclair to discuss how robots are transforming the art world through art, writing, and creative expression. Check that out on Tuesday. Should be very interesting.
Yeah. The Educators in VR virtual hardware team is meeting Thursday for part two of gloves, haptics, and VR accessories. Oh
Ooh.
my. It is exploring all the fun ways we can connect and relate physically in VR. It's a fascinating discussion. The first one, oh my gosh, Karen, that was so much fun. It was so amazing. So
Wow.
join us on Thursday. Don't miss it.
Awesome. Vitality Reawakened is hosting a special event called the Red Nights with Dr. Hardbeats, one of the great DJs here in Altspace VR. Her music is live and it focuses on therapy and mindfulness, which revitalizing your senses. Check out the grand opening of Red Nights and enjoy the great music next Saturday.
Mm. Girls STEAM Institute is producing their 2020 VR Girls Business Challenge. July 16 and 17 here in Allspace VR. It's produced by educators in VR, and Girls STEAM Institute has been around for ages, and it is looking for high school age girls to participate in a virtual business challenge to develop a business solution and pitch it here in Allspace VR for solutions to climate change with technology. Last year's event, jaw dropping presentations. Amazing.
Wow. Altspace VR is an oops,
Oh,
sorry.
yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
If you know one or more of the high school girls or a school anywhere in the world where English has fluency, consider helping to register them for this amazing 2-day entrepreneur and business leadership challenge. We've posted information in our news and updates Discord.
It's going to be great. Allspace VR is an amazing place for events of all kinds, and we appreciate the talent and generosity of our event hosts. However, there's some who don't always like to play by the rules.
If you encounter an event that doesn't match the description or expectations, or that you feel violates the AltSpace community guidelines in terms of service while the event is active, you may report it in World by going to the event and clicking on Info and then Report.
You may also receive positive feedback and rate events well as they are live, helping the event host and Allspace VR know when events are successful.
Wow, Laurel, these are just a few of the highlights of the events this week. There's over 300 events a week, and we can barely keep up with all of them. The schedule changes often, so be sure and check the website and in World Calendar to stay up to date.
We do our best to bring you highlights from this ever growing, vast community of events and worlds. We are so glad that you're here to share it with us. And now, Karen, it's time for. Yay!
Yay! I love this part of the program, Laurel.
I know, me too. It's time for a discussion time where you get a chance to have your say and to share your news, your thoughts, your opinions, and let us know what you're doing here in the Altspace VR community.
Have you been to the AltSpace VR Discord lately? This used to be a thoughtful, fun, and supportive environment where users came together to help and encourage each other. Lately, well, to be honest, it's become a cesspool of nasty people attacking others and inexperienced users offering bad information or advice.
People are avoiding it as well. It's kind of like become the campfire again. Hours will go by with silence. People are sharing personal information and images that have nothing to do with AltSpace VR. And the gossiping. Oh God, Karen, don't get me started.
Oh. Well, we think it's time that the community took over the AltSpace VR Discord again and brought it back to life. Staff is monitoring it, but they aren't active. But we know that they're there and we need to remind people that they are.
So, how do you think we as a community can take back the AltSpace VR Discord and make it helpful again, hopeful again, and have purpose again? We'd love to hear your thoughts, your advice, your experiences, and we'll pass them on to staff. As mentioned, they listen more than you think, so your input could help change things. So hit that raise hand button, right, Karen?
Yes, hit the raise hand button. Let us know if you've been in there recently, what your thoughts are, how you think that it could be improved.
What would you like to see in there? I think it's really interesting. And they also, AltSpace VR, the staff, you need, please, if you want see an improvement in there, please report it. There are some weird channels in there that were created a project and then the project got halted. And so it's half done and people are just abusing them. So who's up first?
Okay, Stands with Trees, aka Matthew, you're on air.
Yay.
Alrighty. Well, first off, my first thought, when my first thought about this is, maybe, we can start, doing a little bit more of what we were doing before, some of us, and more of us start doing it, where we just start posting in there and just try and start changing the conversations, and trying to
Mhm.
drown out all the cesspool. Um, but but also too, I think because it's a AltSpace official Discord, um, Microsoft needs to have a dedicated team responsible for that Discord. They need to have admins in there 24/7, and they need to have dedicated people. Microsoft's got the money. I'm saying and they tell me they don't have money. I'm not going to believe that. And they have the money to have a dedicated team and have admins there 24/7 watching things, and they can clean that up in a heartbeat if they wanted to.
Agree.
Um,
Agree.
yeah,
They are monitoring and they are there. I just watched them take action yesterday. So they are there.
Well, I'm just
They're
saying
just not as
there
active,
needs
but
like a
I
whole
completely
a
agree.
whole dedicated
Yeah.
team. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be part of the responsibilities of a community. We've longed for a community manager. But I absolutely agree. We'd love to hear from the rest of you. Do you think that needs to happen? Excellent. Thank you very much. That was
yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you, Matthew. Okay, who else? I know you guys have some opinions on this.
Or if you stay away, why do you stay away? Why aren't you hanging out and help? What is something driven you out? And we'd love to hear about what you think about the AltSpace VR Discord. Is it useless to you, or has it been helpful in the past? Love to hear your experience. Kurt, I know you're on it quite often and you do great things. You help so many people with world building and things like that. It's really gorgeous. And Scourge, I know that you've done so as well. And Dargon, you've been just so helpful in the world building community. Really appreciate it. But it's tough when the not so nice people move in to do it. But we really appreciate that. So we'd love to hear from you.
All right, while they're pondering that, Laurel, what are your thoughts?
Well, I spend too much time, often, not all the time, but I glance in there and check, and I see so much misinformation in there. People that are answering with a form of authority that have no idea what they're talking about. That's always painful. Um, or they're twisting words and things. And I think that it is absolutely invaluable that, that as a support system, because there's no phone call you can make or anything. I think the Discord
Right.
offers a tremendous opportunity.
I agree. Okay, so Dave, you have some thoughts on the matter. You're on air.
Oh, hi. I'm new at all of this. I'm new at Discord, and I'd like to know where to find the gossip so I can get kind of caught up.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I think
If
the
it's good gossip,
links.
we'll bring it here.
Are you a member of the official Discord server, Dave?
Yep, he's nodding. Yeah.
Okay.
How would you
Okay.
like to see it improved? Oh, you muted again. But anyway, I'd love to see it improved. If anyone, if you want to hit the raise hand again, and we'll bring it up. But I think it's important that we also take care of it as part of our community.
Okay. And Anthony Scourge, you're on air.
All right. Yeah. Basically, echoing Stanley Tree said, needs real moderation, whether it's actually Microsoft employees or they have a team of people who are on regularly moderate some of the discussion and the people who are there. But in that the Discord is and greatly appears to be abandoned. There's in posts that are old, out of date, inaccurate. Like I said, there's channels that are no longer used. What good is the feature requests? Uh, Microsoft Altspace rarely ever looked at it. Usually, people are told to go to support. Anyway, it's people are giving false hope that there's some sort of people looking at it. They're not, and that's going around to other people. Clean it up, streamline it, that managed in some way that can actually make it useful to people who do want to be there and use it in a positive way.
Absolutely. We do know that Microsoft staff monitors it. We also know that they've been kind of instructed to allow us autonomy to have our volunteers maintain it. The problem is there's no direction. There's no authority. There's no moderation controls. We have to, shout it out to beg, because they're not watching it 24/7. So whenever their spam comes on, we have to do a shout out to them. But which is unfortunate, but they are looking, they are reading, but they're allowing that autonomy. And years ago, I was trying to remember, there was can't remember the title of it right now, but we read it as part of um, a college course, was looking at governing and setting up the different societies and things that have set up complete autonomous governments, and how those have gone completely hell, and some have worked, some have not. And right now, without leadership, without direction, without rules and regulations, the community standards only get so far. I just fear for it. And so you're right. We need to have visible leadership through there. Absolutely agree. Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony. And it's
Hmm.
not a very good look for new people who come into alt space, and we always tell new people join Discord, right? And then they
Hmm.
come in and find that kind of stuff is just not a good look, especially for a big company like Microsoft. Okay, Dargan, you are on megaphone.
Hey, yeah. So I guess I got a couple of comments here. The first one is I think a lot of the reason a lot of the people who are very helpful kind of end up leaving is kind of fatigue from answering the same question over and over.
Agree.
A few years ago, I tried really, really hard to get Microsoft to set up a wiki or something like that. Something the
Hmm.
community could maintain to point the new users towards for all those
Hmm.
same new user questions, right? I mean, I was reading Discord earlier today and saw a question I could answer, but I'd answered it 50 times already. And it just didn't feel like it. It
Hmm.
just kind of, it just kind of happens. I think something like that is just, it's critical to really make that successful. So,
Absolutely.
um,
And
I guess the other one is for MRE, the meetup, the MRE meetup. One of the recent discussions we've had there is creating, community edition of the MRE SDK. That the community kind of takes over the support of that piece of it. And we talked about using the Discord there. So I did contact some AltSpace personnel about setting up a few channels there, and their response was it'd probably just work out better if we created a new server, which, I don't want as much as I don't like a third MRE server. I think the answer is, if we created one of our own, then we could have it managed actively and things like that. So,
All right.
unfortunately,
Well,
that may be the best answer.
because Educators in VR is now managing the MRE, we can easily add a section right to our own Educators in VR Discord that is managed and maintained and reviewed all the time, and set that up. We already have the world building section, so to add
Mhm.
MRE to it is easy to do because
Okay,
it's already
yep, that'd
underneath
be
that
great. That'd be
umbrella.
great. Mhm.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. And that's a really important point. That just a minute of history before we end this up is that there were no official AltSpace VR Discords. They were unofficially created by users. Not always the best people to have done that, and many of them got out of control. They were assumed to be official, and they weren't. They were created by users. And so AltSpace, because the community said this is a disaster, we need something official, they went from their Slack to open up Discord as an experiment to see. It was an experiment. And the community helpers thrived in it. We had lots of things going on at the beginning, and staff was in there and things, but it was still just an experiment. And then they had the MRE one. They had all this. They had way too many that were going on instead of one centralized one to focus on. So I can agree with them, wanting to kill that old one. Just kill it off and start fresh. I can understand that because it's to them it's like just wipe it off. So let's find other ways around this. And please, if you are sort of familiar with Discord, come help us answer those questions. So at least while it exists in the current form as the experiment, that we continue to offer the support we can to help those that come there desperate for help they don't know how to do. And yeah, it gets boring. So I have copy and paste links that I put. I have a whole list of answers that link to the Microsoft Docs or to past answers, and I just copy and paste when I can. So just be aware of that. You can make it easy. But thank you everyone for that, and hopefully we're going to make this rock and roll. All right, that is it for this week's news and update. I want to thank you for joining us here this week and every week and celebrating almost 4 years of news and updates. I want to thank our producer Mark for the beautiful hearts, the rainbows, the flags. If you see these flags, you got to check these flags out after the show. Absolute amazing. I look forward to this month every year when he decorates up the studio. I just love it. We do this for you every Saturday to help you be a better informed community. We have some fun events coming up here soon, so keep an eye on our Discord and our news and updates channel right here for updates.
And when news you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace. Our news here is not stale, right, Laurel? Our news here is fresh.
Our news is never stale. It may be something else, but it is not stale. We live stream the news onto YouTube and Twitch every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. It's a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members that help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put the show together every week.
We do this for you for free. We are not AltSpace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in AltSpace VR.
I'm having a little bit of lag. If you would like to join the news and updates team, please let us know after the show. We're looking for people to do everything. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it as we enter our 5th year.
Thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you.
And to all of our LGBTQ plus friends, happy Pride Month. Let freedom ring for all, and let us set an example on how we should live together in tolerance, acceptance, and respect beyond Altspace VR.
To all of our Russian and Ukrainian friends and community members, we're with you. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, everyone, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Thank you,
Yay.
Karen.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Laurel.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mark. Thanks,
Mark.
everybody.